Okay, let me check to make sure I'm streaming. I heard myself breathe. To make sure I'm streaming. Okay, good. It's working. I heard myself breathe. Awesome. Once again, the Stream Elements notification was pretty fast today. Huh. I wonder if something must have happened, because it was always slower than that. So, I guess we will hopefully not have a degradation of service over time. Hey man, Umbran Crow, hello, welcome in. How's it going? You're the first one here. How's it going? Yeah, I'm starting a little bit earlier, I guess, than usual, but I haven't even opened up the queue yet. So, which, by the way, there it is. How are you, Umbran Crow? I've been busy. Life has been busy. Hopefully everything is going well. Not too bad, man. Lol, awesome. Let's see. Well, you're here early enough to see me putting on my cheating gloves, so here we are. They're not real gloves, as you can imagine. But yeah, yesterday I streamed kind of an off day, and then I was like introduced to a hype train literally right away, and I was like, I was not ready. Little bumpy though. Yeah, I can see that. So today I had a day which I thought was going to be like a family day, and I thought it was going to be leisurely and fun, and it was fun. It was a little bit more, I guess, involved than I thought, and I guess the day ended, and it wasn't like the best ending to a day. So, yeah, I gotcha. I don't know exactly your circumstances, but life is interesting like that. Okay, let's see here. Just gonna get some setup stuff ready. Okay, my fingers are good. And let's see here. Let's open up the Twitch deck. Here it is, the Twitch deck. So the deck is almost filled. We have one more card to go, and then we will have signed every card in this deck. And that card is the Five of Clubs. Actually, if we get somebody named Paralyzer67 come in, I got a sub off stream. Thanks for the lurk, Umbran Crow. Good seeing you. And take care, man. Okay. Alright. So anyway, if anybody missed that little tidbit, I'm like, alright, I'm gonna stream. I was feeling a little tired, but I'm gonna stream anyway. And mostly try and take my mind off of things. I'm like, oh, every time I stream, usually I feel better, so why not? Actually, this might be a good time for me to try and work out what I want my Christmas trick to be. Because Christmas falls on a Monday. I release my new tricks on YouTube on Monday. And I probably should have one Christmas themed, but I haven't done it yet, so this might be a good time to maybe practice or figure something out for that. Let's see here. Do I have everything I need for this? Yes, I think. Wait, let me double check. There should be a thing. Where would I put it? It should be here. I'm missing a thing. Or I might have just misplaced it, but I'm certain it's here. I'm actually gonna move. Okay, I found it. I had to move my camera for the magic view, so I hope I restore it fine. Oh god, I don't know if that's gonna work. Okay, let's see. Before I do this, let me double check and make sure this looks fine. Recalibrate. Is that too high? Should be a little bit lower. Okay. Man, you guys, if you are here, you're seeing like behind the scenes stuff right now. This is how I arrange my pad. I basically run my finger to the edge of the pad, or edge of the camera that I can see, and then it's like, how much pad is there left? Okay, so I have like this much pad left, which is probably about right. Okay, alright. Actually, what if nobody's here yet? Okay, let me turn this off and then see if I can. Okay, there we go. Maybe I can do this as though it was my YouTube. Not gonna run it as like just a rehearsal. Hey, welcome in Alchemmutation. How's it going, Craig? Hey. I was actually going to run through a dry run of a potential trick for Christmas. And, okay, so this is what I'm going to do. Got a heat map. Excellent. I'll have to eat it later. No, I'll eat it right now. Delicious. Okay. All right, I'll put the cue back. All right. Okay. So I've got this interesting thing. And so right now I have a deck, and OMG, you ate it! Yeah, Scalesers, I've eaten. MB, I didn't realize the heat map thing happened when I clicked. No worries, that's okay. We have a thing. That's that's how I get my power. Yeah. Here, if you want to ever use a command called eat, that's how many heat maps I've eaten. So it's fine. I use it when I need people to like interact with the cards directly. So if you didn't realize, that's fine. No worries. Don't feel bad. So these cards are actually cards that have letters on them. So if you take a look, they have letters on them. Now, if you were here, I would actually have you try and select, let's say, a handful of different cards to try and spell something interesting. So let's just start pulling them out. So there's, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, how about that? That seems good, right? So here's the thing. What are the odds that these 9 cards spell anything just randomly? And if you were here, you could have tapped on all 9 of them. So, all right, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and pull these 9 cards out. And what we're going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and show you what that would have spelled. So, here we go. Ready? C H R I S T A O M S. I guess if some people celebrate certain holidays, they might call it Christums. Which is kind of weird, right? Because it totally is. Now, here's the thing. It's kind of funny because my wife purchased a decoration a long time ago on a tree, and you look at it and it always says Merry Christmas, but you realize that perhaps we've been celebrating the wrong thing all along, and it was always Merry Christmas. I don't know. If you were here, you could look at this. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Merry Christmas. Merry Christ Yams. Yeah. Anyway, so you guys got to see that Alchemmutation, Scalesers, and hey, welcome in Loonworks. Merry Christmas, lol. Yes. That's right. So yeah, that's something I'm playing around with. I'm probably gonna have some variation of that for my Christmas YouTube video, but until I record that, that's kind of like something. I think I've done it on stream. I think I did it on stream last year. I don't think I recorded it. What? Hold on. Hold on. What was that? Scalesers! Thank you so much for the resub. Wow, I'm a founder. Yeah, I don't know if you realize, Scalesers, a long time ago. Hold on, let me pull out the deck. Scalesers, a long time ago, ever since we started the Twitch deck, I've seen your name on one of these cards because I had you sign it when you first subbed. Yeah, Scalesers right here. 7 of diamonds. So, yeah, I remember coming to watch your streams. Scalesers, so thank you so much for subbing a long time ago, and also thanks for the resub now. Lol, that's so cool. I don't know if you know, every single card here, well, every single card except for one has been signed, and as soon as we fill this deck, I have another deck ready to go if more people sub. But, I mean, I'll probably still be using this one until, like, the durability of the deck goes away. But, yeah, it's so cool that you kept it. Yes, definitely. So, yeah, I'm definitely going to keep this deck forever because now I'm going to have this sentimental attachment to, like, a year's worth of streams, basically, where people sign cards. I have sentimental attachment to a couple of other decks that I brought to TwitchCon. And so if some of those people come in and watch stream and they're like, hey, remember I met you at TwitchCon? That means I had you sign a card and I did a trick for you. So I have their cards too, but there's some overlap, but for the most part. Yeah, so thank you so much for the resub, Scalesers. By the way, if anybody else wants to sign a card, my apologies. The next person to sub that hasn't signed a card, you don't get a choice from this deck because there's only one empty card left. But I don't want to double up because I've actually been able to like remember certain names of a lot of regulars and what card they're on. So once we have multiple cards. But anyway, once this one gets signed, then the person after that will be able to start signing in the new deck. But yeah, so here we are. That is, yeah. But that's cool. Scalesers, by the way, if anybody would like to request any magic, I have put all of the tricks that I can perform on stream into a StreamerSonglist. There's no songs on it. It's literally tricks. But if you've signed a card and you request, so Scalesers, if you request a trick in which I can use a regular deck of cards, I'm going to try and use your card as part of the trick. So feel free to take a look. And if you want to request magic but you don't know what to request, you can just type !random and we'll randomly get one in the queue for you. And anyway, let me see. I'm going to grab this heat map right there. Delicious. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and eat that one. Alchemmutation, thank you so much for the request. So let's see. I know that Alchemmutation has signed a card as well. So, thank you kindly once again, Alchemmutation, for supporting in the past, and then also requesting for this trick for today. So this trick is called I Know Kung Fu. And let me do this, hopefully in an interesting way. Actually, I'm not even sure if I have to do it in an interesting way. I can just perform the trick as it's as it normally is. Okay, so first things first, we have the alchemy mutation sign 9 of hearts. I have 1 day until I can prime sub. I totally understand. I get that. Yeah, no big deal, man. And then we have 4 kings. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be placing them kind of back to back. And what I'm going to do with these kings is, let me go ahead and turn these face over like this. And then, so what I'm going to do is let me leave your sign card, the 9 of hearts, over there just for a second. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and take both black kings. And we're going to go ahead and leave this over here. I'm going to grab your 9 of hearts. Take that and add it to the pile. 3. Scaleser, thank you so much for the gift sub to Alchemy Mutation. Oh my god. Are these delayed? These sound delayed because I feel like in chat. You know what? That delay might actually line up with when you guys consume that. How close to that timing was for you guys? That's so interesting because I'm like, wait, that's slightly delayed. But wait, that might be the exact amount of delay. All right. Oh my god, thank you so much, Scalesers, for the gift sub. All right. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do something interesting. I'm going to go ahead and grab your 9 of hearts, but not physically, ethereally. All right, 4 to 5 seconds. So here it is. It is in my hand, and all we have to do is just give this a shake. And look, it is teleported over here. Is that weird? That's super weird, right? That shouldn't happen. That's okay. If you missed it, we'll do it again. We'll do it again. So, here we go. Now this time I will leave both of the black kings face up. And we're just going to leave that face down there. And what I want to do this time is let me go ahead and grab... So I'm going to deliberately place the 9 of hearts in between the black kings. And so the 2 red kings, I'm just going to go ahead and smack them together like this. And I don't know if you could tell, but both of those kings have melded into 1 card. But actually that 1 card is actually the 9 of hearts. So wait, but there's only 1 card in between the black kings here. Well, if I grab that and I just pull on the edges, 1, 2, 3, it actually becomes 2 cards. And actually those are the 2 red kings. And that, my friends, is I Know Kung Fu. Thank you kindly for the claps, Alchemy Mutation, and the dope Scalesers. Thank you so much. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. I think you can amp it up. So I'm not feeling super ampy, but and I don't know if this is like stereotypical and potentially offensive. Although I'm Asian, I might be able to get away with it. But you know, as I do the moves, just be like, as I go through the trick, I can be like, whoa! So, Loon works. I lurk all the time, but it sucks when I am busy and I don't have sound on. Haha! Oh man, yeah, that I totally get it. The good news is that I don't normally have, you know, too much sound going on. I am just trying to speak. I notice that I don't have background music, but I realize that I shouldn't really dictate the mood of music if you want to listen to music in addition. And I have a lot of like music streamer friends that I know hang out in multiple Twitch streams. So it's like, well, they could watch and listen to me and listen to a music stream and then not be too interrupted. So that was kind of my idea. So, and also there's so many streams on Twitch where it's like there's always stuff going on. There's too much, so it's like maybe nice to just have a nice relaxing stream. So I'm like, okay. Although when a hype train happens here, it's pretty. So yesterday I got too excited, and I was like amped up for the rest of the stream, and I was like, oh. And yeah, so I'm hoping kind of today to be more leisurely. But anyway, thank you for looking all the time, Loonworks. Greatly appreciate it. Let's see. That wasn't a magic trick. It was a slap to my brain. Ah, you can get away with it. Yeah. Wah! Is the slap too much? I don't know. Maybe maybe I shouldn't do the slap. Okay. All right. Let's see. Scalesers has requested a trick. Let's see. Normally I would do this with aces because it's called Jazz Aces, but let's use the sevens because Scalesers has assigned 7 of diamonds. So, as we just discussed. Okay, let's see here. What are we gonna do? Bum, bum, bum. Okay, oh, hang on. Let me put something else away, because I just realized I have a bunch of the cards on the edge of a table, and if I knock it over, I will be pissed. It's just to prevent... What's the adjective for... Oh, I guess pissed is an adjective. What's the adverb for being pissed? Pissednessly? I don't know. Alright, here we go. Jazz sevens, because Scalesers has requested. So, I have the 4 sevens over here, and the 4 kings over here. And what we want to do is something interesting. First things first, I'm going to go ahead and leave the 7 of diamonds out here because Scalesers has signed it. So this is the leader 7. So naturally, Scalesers, so charismatic, can draw all of the other 7s to it, to him, to her. Wait, I'm sorry, Scalesers, what are your pronouns? I don't want to mess it up. To them? I just... technically, the adverb would be pissedly. Yeah, pissedly. Okay, there we go. Thanks for getting that. But okay, so see, it comes naturally, and he, him, lol. It's because you call me though. It's all good. Okay, cool. Thanks. I mean, I also like to ask just in case it would offend somebody, so I don't want to offend anyway. Charlie's Beats, welcome in. How's it going? I'm trying to not offend a viewer. That's what I'm doing. Okay, all right. First things first, we have just a king here, and we'll place a king down with Scalesers. And what we are going to do is with these other kings, I'm going to go ahead and place this 7 into here. And look, watch. If I just snap, that 7 is going to be drawn out of here and next to Scalesers, and this king will hop back. Because if I show you, all the kings are over here, and this is a 7 of clubs. Drawn to Scalesers. Okay, look. We'll throw another king down here. And once again, we have 3 kings. And I'm going to go ahead and place this 7 amongst the pile over here. If I snap, Scalesers with the charisma is going to draw another 7 to him. And here we just have all of our kings. Because look, here's another 7. And now, finally, I'm just going to go ahead and throw the final king down here. I'll place the last 7 in amongst these cards. And look. Scalesers' charisma draws all of the luck, because 7s are lucky, to his general vicinity. And look. Actually, let me go ahead and show you. Here we have all 4 kings. And here we have the final 7. And that, my friends, is Jazz Sevens, because they weren't aces this time. All right, thank you so much for the request, Scalesers, and thank you. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that. Okay, that was sick. All right, awesome. Yeah. Dang, says Loonworks. Yeah, full disclosure, Scalesers. If you had not signed one earlier on, I probably wouldn't have remembered. But because you signed one, and because I use this deck basically every stream, kept on seeing your name. So I was like, oh man. So sometimes I wonder, if some of these the viewers come back. But I always appreciate anybody who subs. It is nice to have like people who have signed a card come back because then they can revisit it, see the cards. People in the community get to know you, so it's like super super cool. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed. All right. Okay, let's see. All right. Queue is empty. If anybody would like to request anything, feel free. While we're here, let's give some shout outs to some people that are in chat. So if you guys are not following our friend Alchemutation, please give Alchemutation a follow. It's our friend Craig. Craig plays guitar, and he plays what we call Smilecore. So if you are not smiling while listening to the Smilecore, it's probably not Craig. But also, Alchemutation has been known to also perform some magic on his streams as well. So please keep an eye out and give our friend Alchemutation a follow if you're not already following. Let's see here. Then we got... Oh, if you're not following our friend, Charlie's Beats, please give Charlie's Beats a follow. Charlie's kind of here like all the time. Not just here, but like in every stream that I basically visit. I'm like, oh, Charlie's here. Oh, Charlie's already here. Oh, I see Charlie here now. So it's like... But yeah, strong supporter of the Twitch music community, which is a lot of the streams that I end up hanging around in. And but Charlie's Beats has been known to stream in the past before. And I know that Gibson Lens jokes that one day Charlie will stream again. I know that he's trying to figure out something with his streaming setup. I don't know, OBS settings or something like that. But anyway, yeah, plays games, music. So yeah, there we go. Oh, welcome in Obi-Wan. How's it going? Welcome in Chogal. How's it going? All right, let's see. Also, let's give our friend Obi-Wan a shout out. Guys, you're not following our friend Obi-Wan. Obi-Wan plays guitar for a lot of different things, also guitar practice, but enjoys a lot of music that I also enjoy, happens to be K-pop. But Obi-Wan will play for like C-pop, V-pop, and so all the Asian pops. But also, Obi-Wan is a funny guy, so I appreciate that. Let's see here. Who else just popped in? I think I saw somebody else just pop in too. 2 in a row! I know, 2 in a row. This is crazy, right? Like, I have a full-time job. I'm a father to a 2-year-old. I have a YouTube that I'm still uploading pretty regularly, and I stream. And I just had today is the second day in a row in which I'm streaming, which is so amazing to me. Like, I didn't think I would get to this point until my kid was old enough to like put herself to bed, which there's some slight exaggerate, but I thought it'd be another couple of years before I could even think about it. But I'm like, all right, I kind of needed to stream today again. So, okay, play that too. Oh yeah, Rickroll. Thanks for the chat. Yeah, you're welcome. All right. Also, if there's anybody in chat, I did see Scalesers. Do you stream? Loonworks, do you stream? Just let me know, because we'll give you a shout out. I don't know if I don't know you guys as far as like if you are streamers or not. But if there's anybody else that wants a shout out as well. Oh, by the way, welcome in Goriki. Scalesers does not stream. Okay, Loonworks does not stream. All right. Hello, Goriki. How's it going? While we're here, let's give our friend Goriki a shout out. Goriki has done some, I think, so I've heard of either moderating streams or like tech streams, and so I know that Goriki knows about tech. I've only kind of like raided into Goriki's stream like 2 or 3 times, but yeah. All right, cool. Let's see. okay, we do have a couple of requests now. Let's grab. So B Sisters almost messed this one up yesterday, but I was able to finish it without revealing the secrets of magic. Which, to be fair, I could mess up a trick without revealing the secrets of magic, but I do like to get it, you know, the way that I want it before I'm like, I call it good. So let's see. Not so much tech. I have a particular set of skills with bots and scammers. All right. Okay. I mean, as I said, I only rated in like a few times, and I wasn't able to stick around long. But Gariki, I'm following you now, Gariki. I think it was like a pretty recent follow. I'd heard of you before that, but I think I only just started following you like last week, 2 weeks ago. I don't remember. So, yeah, you saw. All right, awesome, thanks. Yeah, so I'm like, okay, maybe I can catch you in a legit stream and be like, okay, now I can actually know what Gariki does, like as streaming. All right, so this is a request from Chogal. Chogal, thank you so much for the request. Greatly appreciate it. I appreciate anybody who interacts with the stream, people who chat, people who request tricks, people who click on the heat map. Oh, which, by the way, my apologies if anybody's trying to click on the screen. All right, so what I have here is I have the 4 aces. 1, 2, 3, 4. I know you don't believe me that the 4 aces, but here, let me just show you. There's a red ace. I'm going to leave that down right here. So I'm going to leave a red ace down here. And then I'm going to show you another red ace right there. Ace of diamonds. We're going to go ahead and leave that right there. And I have the 2 black aces over here in my hand. But what I want to do is I'm going to go ahead and grab the 2 red aces. Not physically, but ethereally. And I'm going to go ahead and drop it into my hand. I don't know if you guys noticed, but those red aces are now over here. Because take a look. I know, is that strange? That's super strange, right? Now, a lot of people think, oh, magic trick, that means that the black aces are over here. But if you think about it logically, all I did was grab the red aces and put them here. And I actually didn't put anything there. So the thing that I like about this trick is that it's self-consistent. Because if you take a look at these cards right now, there's nothing on them. Those red aces have disappeared. Because I put them over here. So wait, what happened to the black ones? Well, I guess I overwrote them. I don't know if you guys have heard about, like, you know, saving files or overwriting memory. But let me just go ahead and grab the red aces too, and I'm just gonna blow them away. I don't know if you know, but now there should be no aces here, and there aren't. Because, take a look. There are now no aces at all here. And that, my friends, is B Sisters. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Thank you so much for that request, Chogal. Alright, thank you kindly for the claps. Obi-Wan, Loon Works, Scalesers with the dope AF. Thank you for the dope. Alright, let's see here. So I did this one yesterday. I almost messed it up yesterday. I think today was a better performance, and then it came out smoother. I did not mess it up. I did not almost mess it up. I also changed the wording a little bit. Like, it came out more naturally today, so that was nice. I'm not gonna lie, having the regular magic stream has kept my magic skills pretty sharp. So it's been nice, because I think anything that I've done like in the past, I used to so prior to doing magic, my previous hobby was lockpicking, and I just tried to pick a lock the other day for the first time in like maybe like 10 months, and it is it was hard getting like my wrist muscles to come back after attempting to pick another one. It's like I still opened it, but it was a little bit of a stretch. All right, next request we have Center of Attention from Charlie's Beats. Thanks for the request, Charlie's Beats. Obi-Wan says, the stream keeps you practicing the magic tricks. The more you perform, the better you get. Yeah, definitely. And also, like, just having you guys in chat, like, interact with me, giving me ideas. Sometimes we've had this back and forth where it's like, you inspire me to do a trick differently, or like, some people are like, whoa, 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 that would be so cool if it was done like this, or if it was themed like that, or if I was the villain, like, and I'm like, oh, that's so cool. So, and that's happened a lot, and that's it's added some creativity, I think, to my magic. So, which helped in my 2023 goal. So my goal for magic this year was to get more creative with my magic, and I think that's helped quite a bit. All right. Okay, let's hope I just remember. All right, I'm not going to practice this ahead of time. Let's see how this goes. Continuous improvement. Cool. Yeah, that's my hope. Okay, all right, here we go. Center of Attention. All right, once again, I have 4 cards here. Can you guess what they are? The pattern is they're the 4 aces, right? Yep, they're the 4 aces. All right, so quick question. Which one of these aces do you guys believe is the most narcissistic one? The one that has the most egotistical personality? The one that wants to be, as the name of the trick might dictate, the center of attention? Any guesses? Feel free in chat, or if you just want to go ahead and click directly on the screen, it should put a heat map marker. And we got a heat map already. Excellent. Whoa! Everybody is yeah. So for everybody who has guessed the Ace of Spades, you are correct, because that is who the narcissistic one is. Okay. So, let me go ahead and eat these heat maps. Delicious. All right. So anybody who doesn't know, the Ace of Spades somehow... Oh, Chogal says, whoops, had to step away, so it missed the trick. I'll check the VOD. Oh, okay. My apologies, Chogal. Yeah, feel free to check the VOD, yes. My apologies for going way too fast. I guess that's good. Yeah, no, my fault, good sir. Cool. If you would like to request another one, the queue will be empty after this trick, so we can do a different one. And there we go. All right, so first things first. If you guys did not know, the Ace of Spades wants to be the center of attention and knows that it's currently in this trick, so it wants to show its face. Now, even if I do something like this, if I try and remove it, right, and I force it to be face down in a trick like so, okay, it's going to find a way to turn itself face up. I know, that's super strange, right? Now, what we're going to do next is place it face down into the face down packet, but it's once again going to find a way to turn itself face back up. Is that strange? That's super strange, right? Now, there is something that we need to do. I'm going to try and remove the Ace of Spades. I'll bring it up to the small camera here, so you don't think I'm doing anything super weird with my other hand. But just to show you and prove to you that the Ace of Spades knows that it's in a trick and will always try and get on the main camera. So here, bring this up here. But actually, if you didn't realize, the Ace of Spades has jumped back down here. And what has happened to the Ace of Spades that I supposedly took? Well, it found a way to change places with all of the other aces. I know, is that weird or what? And that, my friends, is the center of attention. Douchebag. Yeah, this is a short way to say it. Ace of Spades is douchey. That's it. End of story. All right. Thank you kindly for the claps. Obi-Wan, Scalesers, Charlie's Beats. Yay. Chogal, thank you for the claps. All right. This is also interesting because I am going to be meeting up with my local magician group chapter this Tuesday. They have a meeting once a month. I can't make it because, dad of a 2-year-old, but um, I can finally make it this month for the first time in like a year. And I'm going to have so many new and interesting experiences that I can share. They all think of me as like the new guy because I started showing up to meetings around the end of 2019, showed up for a few meetings physically, and then the pandemic happened, and then showed up to a bunch of virtual meetings, and then I haven't been able to make it once they went physical again, except for like holiday time, because normally, 2-year-old, well now 2-year-old, the last couple of years been like an infant and then a 1-year-old. So, but I'm going to be able to tell them that I did like a walk around for 4 days with, for work. Not that I had to, I wanted to. And then I'm going to be able to tell them that I spoke at a convention about magic, in which case TwitchCon, which, that was. So I have so many crazy experiences that I can share now that's just like none of them really expected me probably to to do so many things. Do you just talk and drink at those meetups or perform tricks for each other? Yes. So this particular meetup is for a group called the Society of American Magicians, SAM for short, but it's more like an official meeting. It's also at for our particular chapter. It's in the basement of a church, so there's no drinking. But I think for this particular meeting, it's going to be like the holiday party, and then there might be like a gift exchange. But yeah, we're going to show tricks and talk about the magic that each month there's been like a different theme. So like Halloween was like, a scary trick, or a trick about supernatural stuff, something that's like Halloween appropriate. And then Thanksgiving was just like anything that you learned. And then December is like, okay, holiday magic. What are some of your new toys that you've learned or gotten from things that you bought over Black Friday or something. So stuff like that. Crazy agent for the meetup president. Oh, no, no, no. Long story short, I don't want to be president because that would entail some responsibilities that, because I'm not even showing up to every meeting, I don't want to have. But I think recently, last year was the first year that the president changed hands from there was the old guard. So there was these 3 individuals that had been rotating president, vice president, and secretary for a decade. And then recently we just had it change, and it's because so the old guard, they were older magicians, and then now the new guard, they're younger magicians. And so I was like, okay, that's kind of like an appropriate handing down the torch kind of thing. So, but I do have a casual magic group locally as well, where we meet up, have a drink, and perform tricks and talk about magic. So, not related to this official one. Completely unofficial. We call it BAM. It used to be beer and magic, but some of us didn't like beer or couldn't drink beer, so we changed it to booze and magic. And now some of us are too old, or I have a medical condition which I can't really drink that much, called gout, and so I have to try and avoid alcohol. I still occasionally have a drink, but it drastically limited compared to what I used to do. All right, queue is empty. If anybody would like to request anything, feel free. In the meantime, let me show you something that some of you hadn't seen me pull out before, because I only pulled it out once on stream, but I was trying to get my kid, my 2-year-old, interested in Cat's Cradle, and so I bought a few of these Cat's Cradle strings. And so if you guys remember how to play Cat's Cradle, it was like this. And I think when I first started seeing it as a kid, I thought that it was a thing for girls, and then I realized, well, hey, boys play it too. And then I was like, after I got to this point where it's like, it doesn't really matter what things boys and girls do. If you enjoy it, just do it, right? So, but I got into it for like, I don't know, 2 years in grade school, elementary school, I think, and so yeah, beer to booze. Yep, that's exactly what it is. But so just to I remember this particular sequence of things because it's just purely muscle memory from those years. And so now I'm practicing it again and I can still do it. So if you guys remember, Jacob's ladder was some particular thing that you could do with these. I can remember just the muscle memory. It was kind of ridiculous. So it was just years later. There we go, Jacob's ladder. Ta-da! All right. Oh, we have a request. Excellent. So let me put this away and prep for this request. Thank you so much for requesting. Scalesers! Okay, this is a trick in which I will not be able to use your signed card. So hopefully that's okay. And this is the fully loaded version. So let me pull this out. The cards. Let me pull out the cards. Phrasing. By the way, if anybody likes dirty jokes and you missed my 69th Magic stream, you should watch that one. There was a lot of dirty jokes that day. Every single dad joke redeemed, we replaced with a dirty joke. Okay, alright. Here we go. Oh, wait. Let me also remind everybody, if you've been sitting around for a while and you have not hydrated, please hydrate. I don't know anybody who's still alive that does not hydrate. Okay, here we go. We have Revolver, fully loaded. So the reason why I've called it this is because the original version is just called Revolver, and it uses 4 cards. But revolvers have 6 bullet chambers, and so I decided to create a version that uses 6 cards because now we can fire off all 6 bullets. So here we go. We have the ace, the 2, the 3, the 4, the 5, and the 6 of diamonds. Now each one of these is going to represent a bullet. And so when we fire off a bullet, that card is going to turn itself face down. So if you hold your hand like a bullet gun, sorry, like a gun. Why did I say a bullet gun? That's kind of redundant. Well, I don't know, because if there's a water gun, you shoot what? So bullet gun, there you go. Very specific. 6-shooter. So now if we go bang, so we just shot the first bullet. And so here's a 5, here's a 4, here's a 3, here's a 2, here's the 6, and then, don't mess this up now. There's the ace turned face down. Okay, alright, so now what we're going to do is we are going to go ahead and fire off the second bullet. Bang! Okay, so now you'll see we have the 5, the 4, the 3, and the 6. There's our 2, but now our ace has turned itself face back up. And now we're going to go ahead and fire off the third bullet. Bang! And so here's our 5, our 4, our 6, our ace, our 2, and there's our 3 that is currently face down. Excellent. So now we're going to go ahead and fire off the fourth. Did I do this right? Alright, we'll figure it out later. Bang! Alright, we're going to fire off our fourth bullet. So there's our 5, our 2, our ace, our 6, and there's our 4, and here's our 3. Okay, so now we're going to fire off the fifth bullet. Bang! So 6, ace, 2, 3, 4, and here's our 5. And then, of course, we need to fire off the sixth bullet. Bang. 4, 3, 2, ace. There's our 6, and here's our 5. Now, here, let me just go ahead and flip the 6 back over. Now, if I was to ask you, what color are the backs of these cards? Anybody remember? I think people would probably say that they are all, well, they were all red, right? So here, if I show you, there's 1 red, 2 red, 3 red, 4 red, 5 red, and of course 6 red. Scalesers, you are getting just 1 step ahead of me, because what we're going to do right now is change them. In the world of card magic, red and blue, because they're opposite, because card backs of standard bicycle cards, the most common cards, are different. And look, blue, there you go. Not just this, not just this. All of them are blue. All 6 of them. So there you go. Scalesers, you are correct after a short delay. And actually, while I have this heat map here, it's been dangling in front of my face for a minute. So I had noticed it last week and I was like, oh, forgot to eat that. It's tougher to get on this screen because it's over there in chat. So, but anyway, thank you so much for the request, Scalesers. Hopefully you enjoyed. So, long story short, I totally understand why the original creators of this trick made it 4, because I just feel like every single card, it makes the trick too long. And normally when you do a trick like that, each particular like phase, you want it to be more impressive than the last one. But I was just like, just that 6-shooter detail, and I'm like, that bothers the heck out of me. So I did this more of like a magician's exercise. But yeah, the 4-card version is shorter. So, but anyway, hopefully you guys enjoyed that. Okay. Oh, Charlie's Beats has requested. Thank you so much for the request, Charlie. Okay, this one I can use the Twitch deck for. Okay, let's see. Who do we... So, you know what? So we'll use Charlie's Beats. Normally I'll use the Ace, the 2, and the 3. But I think we have some people in chat that we can use instead. So let's go ahead and use 5 of Hearts, Charlie's Beats, 7 of Diamonds, Scalesers, and then, let's see... Please hold. I'm just literally looking for another card to use here. Okay, alright. Let's use this. Alright. How do I want to do this? Okay, here we go. This is called the 3 Travelers. So our 3 Travelers, this is going to be the no-name mysterious traveler, or the traveler from the future. So we have no idea who's going to eventually sign the 5 of clubs. But whoever it is, this is going to be that person. We then, of course, have Scalesers, 7 of Diamonds, and then we, of course, have Charlie's Beats, the 5 of Hearts. So the only card that's not signed in the deck, so the future time traveler, Scalesers, and Charlie's Beats. Alright, so what I would like to do is I'm going to go ahead and use these 3 travelers and simulate them traveling through the deck. So, first things first, I'm going to go ahead and leave our mysterious future time traveler right here. Then we're going to go ahead and leave Scalesers over here. And then, of course, Charlie's beats we're going to place here on the top. Now, if I go ahead and take Charlie's beats and put them on the bottom, all he would have to do is get into the elevator of this building, get in, press the up button, and he would travel from the bottom all the way up to the top. Normally you have to wait for an elevator ding, but sometimes the elevator's broken. Sometimes it doesn't work. But there's other modes. Charlie's beats has dinged. Thank you so much. And of course Charlie has made it to the top of the elevator. So there's Charlie traveling. Now next we're going to go ahead and grab Scalesers. Scalesers is already at the top and is leaving. So Scalesers goes ahead and presses down. Goes all the way down. Of course, let's go ahead and wait for a ding. Oh, Alchemutation's got the ding. Thank you so much for the ding, Alchemutation. And if I show you, Scalesers has made it from the top all the way back down to the bottom. Now, for our mysterious time traveler, let me just go ahead and show you that the unknown future time traveler, if we... Alchemutation's dinging again! What we're going to try and do is the future time traveler. This may make sense. Let's go ahead and place it here. And they're going to go ahead and press both buttons. And they can actually transport from here all the way to here. So there's a lot of dings going on. So let's that was a double ding. Here, phrasing. That's but if I show you, take a look. Our future time traveler actually turns out to be from the Star Trek universe. That's our 5 of clubs. If you take a look, there are no other 5 of clubs that are unsigned here in the deck. That's literally the only card. But this is kind of interesting because whoever ends up signing this, I could be like, we've already done a trick with you. We referenced the future time traveler. It was you, whoever it was. So that was the 3 travelers. But yeah, we do have a bunch of sound alerts here. So you guys just heard the dings. We have Obi-Wan! There you go. That was the transport. So normally that is like the most popular way that a lot of these elevator tricks end up. People transport out of hell. They transport out of a building. They transport out of like zombies. So, but yeah, we have ding, transporter, an applause, a mind blown, and then this one has probably got to be the one that elicits the most joy from me. Because, yeah. We also have a dad joke redeem here. So I told my long-winded dad joke yesterday. I think it went over well. Oh, thank you so much, Alchemmutation. That almost begs. All right, guys. Here, I'm gonna give this this one to you guys for free. Hold on. Where the heck is dad joke? Okay, there we go. Okay, here we go. I've redeemed a dad joke. Let me supply one. Okay. Oh, no, I don't like this one. Sorry. Okay. Oh, there was no notification. What? We've noticed that the notifications have been slow today. What is going on? Wait. I didn't know you were streaming. Oh. It's okay. I didn't advertise. But Gibson Lens, thank you so much for hopping in. No worries. It's fine. I just redeemed a dad joke. Let's see here. Okay. Never criticize a man until you have walked a mile in their shoes. Then you're a mile away and you have their shoes. Hey, thank you, Alchemmutation. How do you tell your friend that which math jokes are terrible? Just the ones where you are adding, because only some are terrible. And you know they are bad because Charlie's beat. Thank you so much, Alchemmutation. And you know they're terrible because Charlie's Beats got the face palm. Oh man, there were two. Okay, beautiful. All right. Okay. I guess my apologies, Charlie's Beats, and you're welcome to everybody else. uh, I think one of my emotes. What? Was something funny? Oh, was that kind of backhandedly something for Charlie's Beats? I don't know. He face palms all of them. So, I guess face palming you can you start the same pose as a backhanded like, or you can make it like a two-hit combo like boom boom, right? Like. Okay, next we have a request from Alchemmutation. Whoa, House Andrel, thank you so much for the resub. How's it going, House Andrel? Let me see. House Andrel has signed a card. Let me just go pull it out. I'm pretty sure it was a Queen of Hearts. So we signed it this way. So House Andrel. There we go. By the way, if you guys are not following our friends House Andrel, please give House Andrel a follow. They've been playing a lot of variety games, community games. Last time I hopped into their stream, they were playing Jackbox games. We've seen them do swimming pool streams. I got a chance to meet. So House Andrel is a two-person team, Andrew and Michelle, and I got to meet both of them at TwitchCon earlier this year. So I'm ashamed. So Alchemmutation says, I'm ashamed, but I will backhand out of your memory with a slight concussion. Yeah. So anyway, all right, cool. So if you guys are not following our friends, House Andrel, please give House Andrel a follow. Okay, let me go ahead and find some cards. All right, let me see here. Actually, should I just use the queens? I think we can use the queens because House Andrel has just resubbed and they just hopped in and they signed a queen. All right, hang tight. Let me find some cards and we will then proceed. Where is this card? I cannot find this card. There we go. Okay. Bloop bloop. Okay. All right. House Andrel. Thanks, buddy. Yeah, you're welcome, House Andrel. Happy holidays, everyone. Happy holidays. Actually, if you guys missed the trick earlier, but I'm going to go ahead and show you. We should probably make this a thing. Let me just show you this particular ornament. It says Merry Christmas. Nope, it says Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to everybody. Yeah, I'll leave that on screen for a second. There you go. Just let your eyes just take that in. Just absorb it. Merry Christmas. Okay. There you go. Okay. All right. So after I perform this trick, Alchemmutation, since you requested, I'll give you a little bit of bonus about this trick in my mind from like just the general history of it. So, okay, here we go. So we have the four queens. Let me introduce them to you. Queen of Spades, Queen of Diamonds, Queen of Clubs, Queen of Hearts, signed by our friend's House Andrel. Now, with these queens, I want to do something interesting. Oh! Merry Christmas! Yes, that's right. So, okay, what I want to do with these queens is something interesting. So, with these four queens, I'm going to turn two of the queens face up, and I'll leave two of the queens face down. Now, if I were to close them all together and turn the whole packet face over, you would expect that two of the queens will be face up, two of the queens face down. But look, all of the cards are actually still facing the same direction. I know, that's super weird, right? Super weird. Now, we're going to break one of the rules of magic. We're going to go ahead and do that a second time. They say don't do the same trick twice, but we're going to do it a second time. And now, look, all the cards are facing in the same direction. Now, I was thinking, normally I do this with the aces, but since Alchemy requested, I should do it with the nines, because, you know, the nines, Alchemy signed one of the nines, 9 of hearts. So actually, I just gave this a little bit of a twist, but that's actually changed one of our queens to be a 9. Super weird, right? But look, if I go ahead and do it again, we're going to get another 9. That was the 9 of diamonds. Here's the 9 of clubs. I know, super strange. But look, we'll just give it 2 more twists. 1, 2, and actually... here, we have 1, 2, 3, and of course 4, the 9 of hearts signed by Alchemy. And of course, if you were here, I'll go ahead and spread that. And some people are just wondering, hey, where are the queens? And you may be wondering, well, there's one of the queens in chat right now, Chan the Magic Man. Chan the Magic Man is the queen of clubs, I believe. And so, look, if I just show you, we try and find the queens. Some people think that they're on the top, but no, there's a lot of kings there. And some people think that they're on the bottom. But actually, if we just spread, I think they're somewhere in the middle. Yeah, right here, right here. And if you know or not, yeah, so here's House Andrel. Chan the Magic Man is now in chat, also a magician. And then the other queens. And of course, yeah, here's our 9s. There's Alchemy. Thank you for requesting the trick, Alchemy. Hopefully you enjoyed. And yeah. Alchemy says, what? Come on! No! Chan says, well, well, well. Alchemy proceeds to flip. And then Alchemy says, come one! Even though I think he meant come on again. But I wasn't expecting 2 magic streams in a row. You know what? Me neither. And that's what makes magic amazing. The unexpected. 2 streams in a row. So, thanks for shouting out Chan, Gifts and Lens. Yeah, if you guys are not following our friend, Chan the Magic Man, please give Chan the Magic Man a follow. One of the few other magicians that has a regular streaming schedule. Chan does Magic Mondays, so give him a follow and catch him on Monday. And Gariki says, Hero! Alchemy says, Sencha signed another 9. Yes, Sencha signed one. I think Sencha signed one a long time ago. I think it was probably in the early days of my stream. So, but anyway, hopefully you guys enjoyed. Thanks for the request. Oh, let me share with you that tidbit, Craig, because you requested this. So, this particular trick was one of the tricks that in my first year of learning magic I saw, and I was like, oh, that trick looks super cool. And there was a tutorial for it. I tried to perform it after learning the tutorial. I could not do it yet. And so, fast forward to probably a whole year later, I kind of completely forgot about the trick. I rediscovered it online, and I was like, oh, this was that trick that I wanted to learn. Do I have enough skills to do it now? And then I was able to learn it basically pretty easily by a year later. And I was like, I have the skills, I could do it. And so I was like, yes. Like, it was kind of validation that I was like on the right track for, you know, doing more of the stuff that I wanted to do. But yeah. So nice. I have the power. Yes. That's right. Oh, sorry. Do I have to do that in Arnold voice? Hold on. I have the power. Get to the chopper. Kill me. Do it now. No, He-Man voice. Oh, is that the He-Man voice? I don't know. Diamond Club 816. That, I guess the Arnold drew him out of the cave. Nice, nice, nice. Yeah. Thanks for this heat map. I needed to regenerate after doing this impression. Delicious. Isn't Arnold's voice just a slowed down Looney Tunes Daz? I mean, it could be, right? So wait. So if so the Looney Tune Taz is what? I don't know. Doing well spinning. There's some additional there. I just realized this probably looks and sounds super weird, and I don't want to offend anybody who likes to consume ASMR. But what I just said, if I made an ASMR joke, I feel like that would have been funny, but then it could have also been insulting if people. But I just wanted to say that out loud because in my mind I'm like, oh, if people really want to listen to that, I could. No, I'm probably not going to do that. This is my favorite stream, lol. Alchemy, were you here for the 69th Magic stream? Because I think you would have enjoyed pretty much that entire stream as well, because I got way dirtier than any of my other streams. I will even tease this, actually. Oh, it was the best. Okay, good. All right, good. Okay. Because I used the deck that I had told somebody, or I told chat that, hey, I could use this on my 69th stream, and I totally forgot about it. And then Charlie's Beats was like, hey, didn't you have something you were going to pull out for the stream? I'm like, yes! It was... I remember. Okay, chances. I was there! Such a legendary stream. Yeah, actually, that stream just hit my YouTube as well, so if anybody missed it, I think it's still on VODs here, but you can also check it out over there. Which honestly, I don't mind wherever anybody wants to consume it. Consume it wherever. It makes more sense probably here, especially if you're sub, because then you don't really get ads, I believe. But on YouTube, you'll probably get ads because I monetize basically all of my streams because they're just so long that it's like ad friendly, basically. More of that, please. Oh, okay. You're welcome. By the way, if anybody wants to, instead of doing impressions of cartoon characters that I am also quite far removed from, I don't think I've seen Looney Tunes probably properly for like, I don't know, 10 years. If you would like to see some more magic, the queue is currently empty. Feel free to request some magic and let us know. Let's see. While we're here, we should also shout out our mod and mod love to Gibson Lens. If you're not following our friend and mod Gibson Lens, please give Gibson Lens a follow. Gibson plays piano, and I often hang out over there as well. But Sleight reads from a bunch of songbooks, plays VGM, plays popular music, plays, we call it esoteric music. I've kind of been wondering if perhaps we should rename that. I mean, I guess you call it esoteric music, so it's probably okay with you. But in my mind, I'm thinking maybe like, I don't know, maybe a different label. Some very specific, I don't know. But also Gibson Lens has composed a lot of his own originals, and a lot of them are pretty awesome. So, full disclosure, Gibson Lens, I love a lot of your originals. There's a couple that I'm like, and I think you've called out that they're kind of weird, and I'm like, I don't like the weird ones. I'll just confess that right now. So, if it was a secret, it's not a secret anymore. I didn't think it was a secret, but there you go. I'm just being honest. Okay, so we have a request from Chan the Magic Man for Back Illusion. Something I came up with fiddling with some cards. Okay. Oh, Ryan B, welcome in. How's it going, Ryan B? And also has requested a trick as well. Okay. That's a good one. I like that one. Oh, I forgot. I needed to send a note to somebody. So, Ryan B, thanks for reminding me. Actually, I needed to send the name of this trick to Mike2600. Long story. But anyway, yes, I understand if the weird ones aren't as beloved. Yeah, so, yeah. I'm like, oh, there's plenty of other great originals. I can love these other ones. I don't have to love all the weird ones. So there you go. Not that so obviously we don't respect you any less. Like you compose them, obviously you can probably see some magical insight or something that I can't see because I'm not a composer. I don't write music or anything. Okay, all right. So here we go. Here's Back Illusion. All right. So we have the Ace of Diamonds, the Ace of Clubs, the Ace of Hearts, and the Ace of Spades. Now, you'll notice that all of the pips on all of these are about the same size because these are from a different deck of cards. And they learned to let the aces all respect each other, so no ace is larger than the other because, as we all know, size matters. All right. So, but here's the thing. If you were paying attention to the backs, this trick is called back illusion, so why wouldn't you pay attention to the backs? But what color would you say the backs are? I think a lot of people would probably say blue. But if I go ahead and I take the Ace of Spades and I place it back to back with all of the other aces, do you think I could actually change the backs of all of the other aces? Because, look. Ah! There we are. Is that interesting or what? Now, here's the thing. Not only did it change all of the other cards' backs, but look. Here, we have a red back. We have a red back. A red back. I almost flipped that right there. Red back. A red back. And now some people don't know what to expect. So, do you think that there's 2 blues and 2 reds? 1 blue, 3 reds? 1 red, 3 blue? Go ahead and put your answer in chat. Especially if you have not seen this trick before. But look, I'm going to go ahead and spread them out right here. And, hey, welcome in, Mark Rides. How's it going? Oh, Mark Rides got the Fantastic Four. Excellent. All right, so for those of you who guessed that it was an equal split, 2 and 2, you're incorrect. Those of you who guessed it was a 3-1 split, either way, also incorrect. So, the fact that it says, can I whisper my answer? I mean, you can, but I mean, at this point, I'm just going to go ahead and reveal. You can play along. It's fine. Actually, maybe don't whisper because I'm actually not in a situation where I can see the whisper very easily. I'd have to click off to another browser. I'd miss the whisper, so maybe don't whisper. But the name of the trick is Back Illusion, and actually, what you saw as the backs of these cards were illusory because there were no backs at all. If you take a look, they were blank. And if you were here, you can inspect these cards. These are exactly as they appear. You could touch them. You could feel them. That, my friends, is Back Illusion. Thank you so much for the request. Chan the Magic Man. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Thank you for the claps. Chan the Magic Man. Ryan B.
Just blew my mind.
How's that drill? Thank you for the mind blown. Have you seen that one before? I would assume not, but just, yeah. I also used the word illusory. That was the pinnacle of that trick for me today. I've never used the word illusory in that trick before. So, there we go. Alright, let's see here. Next up, we have a request from Ryan B. Thank you for the request, Ryan B. Okay, let's use... Oh, do I still have the aces together? Not really, but I normally use the aces for this. So let's go ahead and use the aces for this. Okay. So here we have the 4 aces. Let me introduce them to you. We have the ace of spades, the ace of diamonds, the ace of clubs, and the ace of hearts. I'm just going to place these over here off to the side, still on camera though. They're going to be our helpers for this trick. And then we're going to need a selection. Normally if you were here I would ask you to say stop, but I'll just, it doesn't really matter that I know what it is. You know what? Charlie's Beats in chat, right? Let's stop at Charlie's Beats. So let's have Charlie's Beats be our selection. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and grab Charlie's Beats. That sounds so weird. And place them here. Sandwich them right here. Okay. Now, I'm going to use these 4 aces to try and help. How do you go from red and blue backed cards to all blank backed? Where are you hiding the mirrors? Ah, yes, full disclosure. Sleight of hand card magic, no mirrors. All right. No mirrors here. How is the museum? We'll talk about that in a minute. So, I'm going to go ahead and use these aces. Let me go ahead and flip them face down to find a card. So here we go. So look, what we're going to do is I have all 4 aces here. I'm just going to go ahead and wave my hand over the packet. 1, 2, 3. Those 4 cards turned into 1 card, and actually this 1 card that was here actually becomes 4 cards, and this 1 card should be 5 of hearts, Charlie's Beats. Yeah, there we go. But now these 4 cards are the 4 helpers. I believe they've swapped places, the 4 aces. And that, my friends, is 4 for 1 switch. All right. Whew. Let's see. Mark Rides asks, how was the museum? So for those of you who were following from yesterday, I was doing family stuff today, and we went to the museum as a family. We went to a museum. So it is a local... Well, actually, if you guys are familiar with Rochester, New York. So I live in the greater Rochester, New York area, but Rochester, New York was known for like photography. So big companies like Eastman and Kodak. So George Eastman House is a local museum here, and they do a seasonal thing where gingerbread houses are put together and put on display from like the community. And so we went, and it was the first time that my 2-year-old went to a museum, and she understood what was going on, and she was like, this is so cool. And she looked around. She actually enjoyed, I think, just running around like some of the open space, like more than actually the gingerbread houses. Some of the gingerbread houses are really cool. I have some pictures of some of them, but yeah, the museum was great in that my kid loved it. Normally, when my wife and I go to the museum, she and I would spend as much time as we wanted and took pictures of everything, but with a 2-year-old, it was just, we didn't have the luxury to take pictures of everything. But it was a good time. So thanks for asking, Mark Rides. Greatly appreciate it. Let's see here. Yes, and now before I forget, let me just go ahead and just send a quick message to Mike 2600, so that he knows what this trick is called. 4 for 1 switch, because he made a comment about it. All right. Oh yeah. The trick you seek is called 4 for 1 switch. And like songs from artists, you got to put the creator, because magicians care a lot about it. Not only that, if it's not like publicly available or widely disseminated, then it might be the only way that you can find instructional material for it. So a little sneak peek into the world of magicians. Anyway, thank you so much for the claps. Charlie's Beats, Ryan B. And once again, Ryan B., thank you so much for the request. Hopefully you enjoyed. I guess, so Mark Ride, going back to the Mark Ride, how do you go from red to blue to blank? So I was wondering if I should do some sort of transition in between them, because how I do it is so I guess I go from blue to red, and then I do have that transition, but then I don't really go from like some transition. I don't know if I should do a snap or I should bring out like the deck sock or something. I could do that. That'd be interesting. All right. Next up, we have a trick that I feel more confidently saying that it is more of an original. And I did intro this the first few times, and I've decided I'm just going to tell it like it is every time. So there's a trick in card magic called Fantastic Four or Fantastic Five, sometimes also known as Fabulous Four or Fabulous Five. And the four cards that do the fabulous thing all do the exact same thing. And I'm like, no, that's not what the Fantastic Four is all about. So I put together this trick, and I'm like, yeah, this is what I want. So Ryan B says, yeah, that was cool. So the cool thing about what you just saw, the 4-for-1 switch, Ryan B, is that I could do that with any borrowed deck of cards. So I can do that with any deck. That was all purely sleight of hand. As you can imagine, the previous trick, the back illusions one, the one with the blank backs, I cannot. I have to use these exact props for that trick. So yeah, that's why I sometimes have tricks where I cannot use any deck of cards. But anyway, so if you guys like the Marvel Fantastic Four, this is the trick for you. Okay. So I don't want you to think of this as a packet of cards. This is a spaceship. This spaceship contains 4 passengers, or I guess pilots. I guess some of them pilot, but they are they are known as Reed Richards, Sue Storm, Johnny Storm, and Ben Grimm. And they will all eventually gain powers because this spaceship goes through an anomaly. You know what's super anomalous here? The deck sock's pretty anomalous, right? So look, they're going to go ahead and go through this anomaly, and this deck sock will somehow impart strange mutant powers to all of them. And so each one of our passengers is going to experience something different. Take this 2 of clubs, for example. This 2 of clubs is going to represent Reed Richards, who eventually ends up being known as Mr. Fantastic. What was the power that he gets when passing through the anomaly? Well, let me just go ahead and just stretch. Let me just stretch the 2 of clubs here so you can kind of see what his powers are. And if you just take a look, slowly but surely, he can stretch various parts of his body. And he can hold that shape just for a little while, like this. But actually, he can't hold it for long because he just got the power, so he's not really used to it. But that's what happens to Reed Richards. He ends up eventually being known as Mr. Fantastic. Next, we have Sue Storm, also known as the Invisible Woman. Now, the Invisible Woman is going to be represented by the Queen of Hearts. Now, the Queen of Hearts, Sue Storm, she can become invisible, as her name says. She does get these other powers that she doesn't discover until later, putting up shields, force fields, and things like that. But the primary one that she ends up using is becoming invisible. Now, when she realizes how to control and harness this power, she doesn't want to just do it when I tell her. So, like, look, if I try and just make her disappear, she won't disappear. She'll disappear when she's good and ready. Okay, like she'll disappear when she wants, and I don't know when she wants. She just does it whenever, like right now. Is that weird? That's super weird, right? And look, if I try and bring her back, yesterday I did flub this trick a little bit. I probably I don't know if it was so bad that it should be a boss trick, but I dropped the Invisible Woman on the floor. She probably did not appreciate that. Just long story short. But she'll come back whenever she wants. So there she is. Next we have the 8 of Diamonds, who's going to represent Ben Grimm, who becomes the Thing. Now, the Thing has gained super strength at the cost of his his beautiful face. I mean, I think he's still beautiful after his transformation, but not everybody does. And that's kind of like part of his character arc. But look, if I just grab any old Joe Schmo, cannot hold the phone. My phone is pretty heavy. But if I should wait, I don't know why I'm doing this. I need the phone still. But if I ask Ben Grimm to hold the phone, he'll be able to hold the heavy phone, no problem. Virtually exerts no effort. And so that is Ben Grimm and his super strength. And then finally, we have Johnny Storm, also known as the what is he? The Human Torch. So he's going to be represented by the Seven of Spades. Now, what he's going to do is, in order to turn into a fiery flame, he's going to need to go ahead and say, "Flame on." So this is what he does. Ready? Flame on, and he becomes fiery red. And this is what he looks like on fire. He's just burning. Even all the special effects in the movies, it shows him that he's burning. But actually, he can't burn like forever. He ends up having to put the flames out. So when he extinguishes himself, he basically becomes a very smoky version of himself. He's Seven of Spades. Yeah. So anyway, they all go back to Earth, and they're like, what do we do with all these newfound powers? And they're like, well, we should probably do something with them, for the good of humanity and all that. So they decide to form a team, and they decide to become the Fantastic Four. And that, my friends, is Fantastic Four. Alchemutation's got a quote. Oh wait, Johnny Flame. I think it's Johnny Storm. Yeah. Was that from the first Fantastic Four movie? I know that the Fantastic Four movies weren't rated that well when they first came out. I think the new reboot has done better, but I haven't seen those. So, thank you so much for the claps, Gibson Lens, Chan the Magic Man, and the applause. House Sandrell. Greatly appreciate it. And Mark Rides, thank you so much for that request. If you guys didn't know, Mark Rides helped instigate putting this onto my trick list. I had performed it maybe once or twice on stream prior to putting it on the list, and then I was like, this is like the only long-winded routine that I can say that I put together, and it's like, I should put it on there. So, once again, thank you, Mark Rides. Okay, so let me also set this trick back up, because if I don't, it's totally going to be bad if I try and do this again and I mess it up. La la la. Okay, alright, there we go. Now we're set up. Johnny Flame, Johnny Storm, Johnny Neglected Guy on Fire, whichever. Oh yeah. Let's see, Gariki says, imagine this, but all over. Yeah. Pre-Captain America Chris Evans. Legitimate. Man. So I'm not gonna lie, like I used to really like the Marvel movies, and then I felt like Avengers Endgame was like the pinnacle, and then like I haven't seen many movies afterwards, but it's like it's super hard to top like the most multiverse like conflicting encounter. It's just like, how do you top this? Like, I don't know. The epicness in relative scale is just like, where do you go from here? Like, if you guys like video games, I have an issue with this so Final Fantasy 13. Final Fantasy 13, great story, horrible gameplay. Final Fantasy 13-2, great gameplay, and I like the story better. And then Final Fantasy 13-3, I was like, I don't know if I could put in some more hours. I watched it on YouTube, and I'm happy that I did not, because basically in the first one you're dealing with like, freedom and, civilizations and stuff. Okay, cool. Second one you're dealing with like time travel and like, multiverse and like the integrity of the timeline and stuff. And it's like, okay, great. And then the third one, it's like you're doing fetch quests for people, and they're very mundane fetch quests, like, help this fisherman catch fish or something, or go collect these flowers. And it's like, hello? Come on. So, I don't know. Like Mutation says, it seems like a flawed business plan. Yes, that's right. So, yeah, to this day, my favorite Final Fantasy 13 out of the trilogy is Final Fantasy 13-2. I don't know. Gariki says, that reminds me, a long, long time ago, we were driving by the movie theater. Someone said, let's go see Fantastic Four. I said, I don't know. I haven't seen the other three. My sister says, me either. That's beautiful, Gariki. Thanks for sharing that. That was wonderful. FF10 story peaked. So I enjoyed Final Fantasy X. I liked the gameplay of 12. But the story was not as fun. And then I liked the story of Final Fantasy 15. A lot of people didn't like it, and I'm like, this is like a good gaming experience. But yeah, I can see where they were drifting away from what made Final Fantasy very popular, and trying to appeal to like the Western audience. But hello, welcome in, Kyle. Is that Kyle 283? Hola, saludo desde Peru. I will assume that you are from Peru. So I don't know if I pronounced any of that correctly. Maybe hola and then Peru, maybe. But otherwise, I speak English. Hopefully that's okay. But yeah, I'm going to be performing thank you for the request, Charlie's Beats. But yeah, let's see. We were talking about Final Fantasy for a second. This is so. All right, here we go. First things first. We need a card selected. So, if you are on desktop, you can feel free to click directly on the screen, and we will have a card selected. This is actually one of the few tricks in which I'm not going to look at it initially. So, all right. Whoever clicked on this, are we okay with this? Thanks for feeding me this heat map. Okay. Okay, I'm going to pull this out. Okay, and this is what we are going to do. I'm going to go ahead and look away. Actually, here, we'll eat the heat map first. Here we go. Delicious. Okay, delicious heat maps. Okay. All right, now I'm going to look away, and I'm going to turn this face up. You guys remember what it is. Somebody remember what it is. Okay, closing my eyes, turning my head, and here we go, turning that face up. Now, hopefully you guys know what it is at this point, and somebody should be able to verify. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and, where the hell is the card? Okay, here it is. Turn it back down. Okay, I'm going to open my eyes, turn my head back. Everybody good? Okay. Jim the Magic Man said, I got rickrolled. What? Oh, because of Obi-Wan's emote there? Is that what you're talking about? Never gonna give you up, never gonna let you down. Okay, yeah, exactly. Okay, cool. All right, so this is what we're gonna do. So, okay, good. Somebody's got an Alchemmutation. Thank you for getting that. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and place this into the deck, like that, somewhere in the middle-ish, right? So, and that's clearly going into the middle. Now, what we want to do with this deck is we're going to be doing something super interesting, and we are going to go ahead and find a way to get your card to turn facing the other way. All right, like, you know what? I have a fidget spinner that we've been using. So let's go ahead and power it up. Here we go. Ready? Oh no, that did not like to spin very well. Hold on. Is that spinning? Okay, that's spinning. I legit love Rick Astley, says Alchemmutation. Okay, hopefully this was enough time to invert the card, because let me go ahead and show you. If we go ahead and look through the deck, you'll see. Oh, look, there's Charlie's Beats, the requester of this trick. How convenient. If I go through the deck, you'll see something interesting. There's a card that is face down. And so, for the first time, go ahead and tell us in chat which card was it that was selected. It's okay to tell everybody now. It's fine. Okay, but in all seriousness, it's good though, yeah. It's a good song. 7 of clubs, says Charlie's Beats. 7 of clubs, says Alchemmutation. Alright, if this is not the 7 of clubs. Okay, 7 of clubs. Excellent. Now, I don't want to spoil how the first half of the trick is done, but some of you may have suspected that anyway. But so now we have the 7 of clubs. I'm going to go ahead and turn the 7 of clubs over, and I'm going to go ahead and place the 7 of clubs face down into a face down deck. Like here, perhaps. We're going to close that up. And then once again, I'm going to use the power of this fidget spinner and watch that spin just for a second, just so that he has this time to invert himself. Does that sound weird too? I don't know. Okay. Now, some of you may have thought that it's still on the top because you've seen me do that other trick before. But let me just show you that it is not on the top. That's some card. But some of you may think that perhaps if I flip over the rest of the deck, you're going to see that there's something else going on. But actually, there's no card that's facing in the opposite direction right now. It's because this has a delay. There's a slight delay. So even though it's already spun on it, but look, if I spread now, there is now a card facing in the opposite direction. And we know it was the 7 of clubs. If we just take a quick look, there's no other 7 of clubs here, right? So, just show you. That is indeed our 7 of clubs. Alchemmutation says, he has a crazy strong voice. So I imagine an anime starring Rick Astley, and we can call it One Voice Man. Yes, that's right, One Voice Man. Where he defeats all villains with just his voice. I swear it has. I swear I did not base this on One Punch Man at all. Nom, 2 bots in chat. Oh, okay. We can. I can note and we deal with those later. Thanks for letting me know. Alright. Let's see. And that was the inverted card trick. Alright. I'm gonna do this, do that, the other thing, paste. Okay. Alright, cool. Here they come. Oh, Gariki Astley. They keep multiplying. Alright. If anybody has a Rickroll emote, throw it in chat. Let's just see them. Let's see them all right now. So Obi-Wan's got his. Gariki's got his. Nice. Okay. Alrighty. Never gonna run around and hurt you. Oh, wait, sorry. I was trying to put that into the wrong spot in the song. I'm not a musician, okay? That's my excuse. I'm sticking to it. Alright, guys. Queue is empty. Feel free to request something if you would like. And if you don't know what to request, but you just want to see more magic, you can type !random. But I'm probably thinking about wrapping up stream in like... How long have I been on? Maybe a half an hour. Okay, yeah. Probably in the next half an hour or so. If you had a TTS redeem, I'd throw in part of the lyrics in the chat. Oh, okay. No, I don't have TTS. I've actually thought about what I would like to do with my chat, and at the moment, like, I have way easier, lower, smaller, how's it? Low-hanging fruit that I am already aware that I want to do. And currently, my next plan is just get more emotes in, because everybody's gotten way more emote slots, and I'm like, I'm not even using enough. I only have like 5 emotes, so it's like... Was it 33% of magician streamers I know are musicians? Oh, okay. Wait, can't we? Because we know. Wait. Oh, because some other musicians are. Okay, all right, magician. Okay, more emotes. Yes, I know. I need to get on it, but. Oh, you have a TTS extension below. Wait, I do. I don't have one. I shouldn't. Do I? I don't know. Anyway. Okay, let's see. We have a request from Alchemutation. And this is called Mad Monty. So let me go ahead and grab these. Okay. Oh, Jezebel! Hello, welcome in, Jezebel. Jezebel SOH. Nam, Jack, and Ben. I don't know if they're musicians. Oh, yeah. No, but I mean, there's 4 of us, so you should be able to do the math, and so it should be 25%, right? So, yeah, Nam, Jack, and Ben, and Chan. So that's 4. And then if Chan, those are 25. And then if you include some of the other... Anyway, neither here nor there. Okay. All right. I don't know, Ben. Oh, okay. That makes perfect sense. All right. I understand your math now, Goriki. My apologies. I forgot to... If you would like the brain slap emote, I'm gifting it to Magic Twitch. Oh, I mean, I'll take it. I have the slots. I can add it in. That's fine. You saw me type 25%. Hallowthorn. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. So Craig, look, I have these 2 black queens, one of which is Chan the Magic Man, who's in chat, and we know is a magician. He can do some really silly things. Now, what I need to do is I'm going to show you, so you're going to try and remember who's on top. Okay? So what we have here is someone's on top of Chan the Magic Man. So Chan the Magic Man's on the bottom. I'm going to flip this over twice. 1, 2. Where would you expect Chan to be? Still on the bottom, right? So there he is. Now, here's the thing. I'm going to go ahead and do this 3 times. Who's on first? Mark writes. Who's on second? 1, 2, 3. Oh, OMG, he's a bottom, says Jezebel SOH. So, someone's on top of Chan the Magic Man. Lol. I mean, what we're going to do is, yeah, so if we were actually, because the Queen of Spades is checking the gaff meter, so checking the gaff meter would have been on top. Anyway, so now who's on top? Is it Chan the Magic Man or checking the gaff meter? Okay, all right. So, yeah. Theoretically, Chan should have been on top after all 3 of those tumbles, right? But because it's a magic trick, and I know that Alchemutation you requested, so I should have used the 9s. And so actually here, let's go ahead and put Alchemutation on top. Jezebel SOH. They're the same card. Wow, I came into a weird part of stream, says Candace. By the way, Candace K52, welcome in. How's it going? Um, no, this is perfectly natural part of stream for you to come into. Yeah. Oh yeah. If you were here, you can take a look at these. Whatever. So anyway, Craig, you're on top. There you go. Oh my. What? What? Yeah. Look, it's not every day that Chan the Magic Man turns into Craig. I know some people think they're the same person, but they're not really. So, see, look, Chan the Magic Man, Alchemmutation, not the same person. Lol, love it, says Candace. Lol. Anyway, thank you kindly for the claps. Chan the Magic Man. Kariki's got the thumbs up. Oh, no, no. No, with the lol. Oh, is that Sulu lol? Yeah, that's okay. That's Sulu. For a second, I thought that was a thumbs up, but it's actually Sulu doing the lol. I should have known because my lol is very similar. Not like this. Nah, that didn't just happen. Jezebel, it did. It did twice. Once on the table, and then once up here. Okay. Shrug. Oh, nice. I changed into not. Wait. Noita Dumeja. Okay. Oh, Alchemmutation backwards. I'm like trying to read it. Like, what is that? Where's that from? Is that is that Japanese? No, it's just Alchemmutation backwards. Duh. I'm an idiot. Okay, and that was Mad Monty. Thank you for the request, Craig, aka Alchemmutation. All right, queue is empty, and as I said, I was thinking about wrapping up in the next half hour. So let's do a loose last call. So if anybody wants to request anything, feel free to put stuff in. But depending on, I may add a trick, do it, and then we'll see if we get to my desired target time for how long stream's gonna last. Mark Rides has requested tarot cards. All right, Mark Rides. Okay, I'm going to have to do some certain tricks. Let's see, Mark Rides. Do you have a trick that you want to? Any trick with tarot cards, or tell me my future? Oh man, I don't even know. I don't even know if I could tell you your future. So funny story. I was thinking about getting into tarot, and I have a tarot resource that I was kind of looking over, but I am not yet ready to tell you your future. So I have to do a trick, I think. And then we also have a request from Charlie as well. So let me do Charlie's first, and then because I got to brainstorm to see what I can do with the tarot cards really quick, and then we'll go from there. Sharagolf, welcome in. How's it going, Sharagolf? So let's see. Magician's Choice, Mark Rides, and with tarot cards. Okay, so let's make that note so I don't forget. Okay. So we will figure that out in a minute. Or you do Devil's Elevator. I can do Devil's Elevator or Four Burglars with Tower. Yes, those are both valid. I believe, yeah, those would be fine. Okay, so let's see here. Pink Floyd, there we go. Okay, let's hope we don't mess this up. I would love to not mess this up. Okay. Okay. All right. Your choice. Okay, cool. Or a tweet. Wait. Shara Golf says, I'm procrastinating on going to the gym, so this is a good excuse as any. Oh, I mean, I don't tell you how to live your life, but thank you for stopping by, Shara Golf. Really appreciate it. Or a twig and two berries. Oh, wait. Wait, you will gift 5 gift subs before 2024, or a twig and 2. Okay, that was in response to the the future. Your choice. Okay, so you can magically make 5K appear in my bank account. No, that's not great magic. That's not a card magic trick. I can't do that. I am a software engineer and I do work in payments, but doing that would probably be considered hacking and fraud and cyber criminally. So, not going to happen. um, Jezebel's like, so you're saying there's a chance? No, no chance. Okay, here we go. Pink Floyd. All right, so let's see. We have a note here that always accompanies this trick. To whom it may concern, these 4 jokers are haunted and will not commit payments fraud. Huh, that's oddly specific, but okay. A word of warning. Do not place these jokers back to back. I know, that's super weird. That's totally what it says. Or scamming scammers pretend to do it with any desk never trusted. Yeah. All right, so let's just double check. We have 4 jokers, and let me see. Is there something strange? They are okay. So they are blue backed. Now let me see that note. This note says don't put them back to back. Okay, so let me obviously do the obvious and place them back to back. I wonder what happens. Oh, turn red. How about this one? No, just this one. Okay. Interesting. If anybody's got sus emotes, you can throw those in chat right now. Sus emotes. All right. Here, let me just. Okay, next Joker. Let me see what is up with this next Joker. We got sus eyes from Chan, Obi-Wan Garigi. We've got Han, sus Shergolf. All right, here we go. Next Joker, going back to back with some other Jokers. We got Jezebel's got a Monka. There we go. Here we go. Oh, that one's red as well. Interesting. I don't know what I'm going to do with the rest of these here. Okay, so look, we have 2 left. We have 2 left. So let me just, I want to do something here. Just as a controlled experiment, let me place these face to face just to see if there's anything interesting that happens with them. Face to face, anything happening? No, nothing. Okay, so it's only when they go back to back. So if I go back to back, something interesting should hopefully happen. Ah, this is the last one. How about this one? Oh, okay, so now they're both. Okay, interesting. So now we have a bunch of red-backed Jokers, right? So there, we've got, so they are all red-backed, huh? So now the natural conclusion is, what do we do with 4 red-backed Jokers? In which are they still haunted? Let me go ahead and place them back to back one more time. They have fixed themselves. Is that correct? Have they fixed themselves? Huh. So we have all 4 Jokers. Cashmere Feline, welcome in. Thank you for the resub. And they're all blue-backed Jokers. Okay, alright. And that, my friends, was Pink Floyd. Cashmere Feline, welcome in. How's it going? Friends, if you're not following our friend Cashmere Feline, please give Cashmere Feline a follow. Cashmere Feline... I talk English good. and that's why I have a stream. Um, Cashmere Feline is a productivity streamer, and I had a chance to meet Cashmere Feline at TwitchCon this year, and yeah, so Cashmere Feline was trying to do productivity streams to finish her dissertation, and I forget if that is still ongoing or have you completed it. Last I checked, it was still ongoing, right? Is that true? I don't remember. But otherwise, yeah, super fun. And I honestly just went in to hang out with Cashmere Feline during the breaks in between Pomodoro sprints. So, but yeah, please give Cashmere Feline a follow. And also, she has a wonderful dog, Scout. Wow, Professor Cashmere Feline, says Obi-Wan. All right, cool. But once again, thank you so much for the resub, Cashmere. Greatly appreciate it. Cashmere Feline, would you like to see a trick? I don't think I've prepped your stickers, so I would not be able to do anything with them right now, but that was the plan one day. Cashmere for president, says Candace. Ha ha ha! Still ongoing. Okay. Well, good luck with it. I hope you are able to wrap it up one day. Should I send you some extra stickers? I mean, only if you want. You don't have to. It's honestly maybe not yet. Let me use the first ones first, and we will get there. But you know what? If you want to see like an all Cashmere Feline magic trick, additional stickers probably be premium. Okay, all right. Okay, so we have a request from Mark Rides and a redeem to use tarot deck. And so, let me go ahead and show the tarot deck on stream first. So, for those of you who have not seen the Steampunk tarot deck, this is one of the few tarot decks that I have. This is the one that I like using the most, mostly because it is of relatively similar size. It's not exactly the same size, but there's a couple of other tarot decks in which the images are way, way harder to even look at and like remember and discern. At least these have like something at the bottom to indicate, hey, this is the Knight of Pentacles. So I looked this deck over again, and I think there are 4 face cards. So there's like Knight, Page, Queen, and King. But otherwise there's aces through 10s as well. So anyway, and then we also have the major arcana. So we have the Fool, the Hanged Man, the Magician, and so we have a handful of those. So actually, we should probably choose 4 of these, and we're going to be doing the Devil's Elevator, but with these. Actually, do I have the Devil? I should have you know what? We should use the Magician because that makes perfect sense. The Hermit probably too. The Devil. Okay, this is the most appropriate. So we should use the Devil. So here we'll give you a close up on the Devil there. That's the Steampunk Devil. Nifty keen deck. Yeah, this was like I was like, oh, I need a tarot deck to do magic with, and I had a couple other ones that were not suitable. So I'm like, this one seems so cool. The artwork on this is amazing. Here, I'll show some of the artwork while we're. But we'll have 4 individuals. Let's put them over here. Let's see here. Do we want to get the Emperor out of the Chariot, the Lovers? How about the Lovers? All right. And then, let's see here. The Hanged Man doesn't make sense to leave, right? Here's the Moon, the Sun, Judgment, the World, the Empress, the Fool. Do we want to save the Fool? Yeah, the Fool made it into hell just randomly, right? And then, so we'll save him. Okay, so we have the Fool, the Lovers, the Hermit, and the Magician. Okay, and now we need to find 4 cards. So we'll leave the Devil off to the side over here. And we need to find 4 pieces of artwork that look kind of demonic or devilish. Let's see. Looking at this upside down is a little bit tough. Okay. I mean, this could be considered a level of hell, right? It's tough because I'm just gonna do this for my own personal. Let me just look at them this way, and then I'm trying to interpret artwork that I've not studied or anything. Like upside down. All right, we're probably here. This one can kind of be hellish, I guess. I don't know. A lot of them have like the dark macabre facade. Oh, okay, this one definitely. Okay, one more. So another one in here. You know what? Let's just also use the devil himself. The devil himself. So here's the devil in the additional levels of hell. All right. All right. Ooh. Okay. So this is going to be the devil's elevator with a few like hellish scenes and the devil himself, and we are going to attempt to get these four individuals, or these four entities, I guess, because the lovers are two people. The lovers, the fool, the hermit, and the magician. All right, here we go. So first things first. I'm gonna go ahead and place the devil and the hellish scenes over here. I'm sorry, I have to cough. Okay, we're back. Okay, we're back. Let me take a swig. Okay, next. I'm going to place the others around here. So look, we have the lovers. So we'll place them over here. We have the fool. The fool. Hold on. Mark Wright says, wait. Twitch just closed on me. Oh, no! Alright, open it back up. So we have the lovers, the fool, the hermit. I'm open now. Okay, cool. So we have the lovers, the hermit, the fool, and of course, the magician. So I'm place the magician here on the top. And now these are going to represent the levels of hell. So here's the first, second, third, fourth, and fifth. Now if we place the magician here in the second level, the magician is no stranger to hell because the magician. Now this is a steampunk deck. So the elevators here aren't the same elevators that we know. They are steam-powered elevators. So all we need is for them to actuate the steam elevator somehow. It looks like they can just press on this pentagram, and the magician knows how to get out of hell, right? So fancy. Wait, is the fifth level of hell is exposure? I don't know. So look, did the steampunk elevator work? I'm not sure. I don't know if it makes a ding. Transporter. Okay. All right. So we have a transporter. So if you guys have seen that episode with Data and such, that was not the magician, but this is now the magician because teleported out. Okay. Cool. So now we're going to place, I forgot who this was, but here in the third level of hell, there we go. And, all right. Actually, this might be better up front. There's the magician. Okay, all right, let's see who the next person is. We haven't heard anything yet. Stream elevator does ding. Oh yeah, steam elevator may ding. Okay, this is this is the devil himself. Oh, we just got the ding. Okay, this is super inconsistent. There we go. The hermit has hopped up to the top. There we go, the hermit. Now, some people believe, man, this is going to be super weird. Okay, so if I just show you, we have none of our special individuals here, maybe except for the devil. So there's the devil. But we'll place the Fool here in the 4th level. So the Fool has somehow wandered into the 4th level of hell. First, second, third, fourth. And he just smacks this elevator button just by accident. Maybe he was drunk. So if I show you, this is not the Fool, right? That's like the 2 of Cups or whatever. But now once the elevator actuates, it does take a long time. I think a steam elevator might go and then that should bring the Fool up to the top, right? There it is. There's the Fool. The Fool has hopped up to the top. And now some people think that the Lovers, they were doomed because they are going to be stuck in hell forever. But actually, look, if I clearly place the Lovers here in the bottommost level of hell, and I close that up. And of course, if we just take a peek, these are not the Lovers, right? That's that's like the 8 of Swords or something. One of our hellish scenes. Allow me to make the weird steampunk steam elevator noise. And now the Lovers have been able to get up to the topmost level of hell. And here they are, the Lovers. Alright, full disclosure. I think I could have performed it better. I didn't like the story that I weaved around that, but I think it could work. But the problem is just seeing everything. But anyway, here's the artwork for the steampunk cards. And there's more of them, so, if you guys end up redeeming, there's more cards. There's a lot of cards. But that was the Devil's Elevator with steampunk cards. I think I'm going to make that a boss trick. Not that I mess up the regular Devil's Elevator, but I was kind of unhappy with how I presented that. So I think that was it. So we'll make it a boss trick for next time. Alright. Okay. Alright. Oh yeah, why did I change back here? Admire. Look, okay, so let me just go through what I missed in chat. Bunch of hellos, hi, stream elevator. Alec Mutation asks, how are you? Kashmir says, exhausted, just finished a 4-hour car ride trip back home. Oh my god, Kashmir, my sympathies. Hopefully you are safe and sound, and now you can chill and relax and just, rest. Anyway, thanks for hopping in. Candace says, amazing! Oh yeah, everybody give Kashmir hugs, especially if you've done long car rides before. I know I used to do time attacks between where I used to live and where I currently live when college. And that was like my best time attack was like 6 hours and 20 minutes, but at the time, Expedia and then the new Google Maps would quote sometime between 7 and 7.5 hours, so. Kashmir says, do it! What? Says Mark Rides. Why is the devil so free in letting them out? I mean, look, we're trying to use the elevator to get out of hell. And we have the technology, the steam technology. I think it makes way more sense when I do it the regular way, but really cool deck. Yeah, thank you. I bought it myself. You too could own the Steampunk Tarot deck. This is kind of like expensive. If you're not used to buying expensive decks of cards, like I think there's like $20, $25 or something. And actually, I might have gotten it on sale because I probably wouldn't have it. So it might retail for like $25, $30. I don't remember. Let's see. Recommendation check. The cards look for some contrast in colors. Yeah, I've done that before as well, and that might be better. So that's probably a good call. Yeah. Good call, Mark Rides. Thanks for that suggestion. Please keep the elevator noises, though. Okay, yeah, normally we have the ding, but I guess I could throw in the steampunk elevator noises. Like levels all bright or dark and riders the opposite. Yeah, yeah. Los Angeles traffic was only a little dicey tonight. I am a pro at long car rides, says Candace. Longest was just over 1K miles in 1 day. 1K miles in 1 day! Will never do that again by myself, but at least I know I can if needed. Holy crap. So, like, even at my best, I would go like 300 and something miles, and that would be like 7 hours. So if you're doing 1,000, that's like 21 hours. like like of straight driving. Candace, that you are either that or you're driving stupidly fast. I don't want to judge, but man, road trips rule. These cards are collectionable artwork. Yes. I mean, if you buy the deck, you get all of the artwork. So there it is. But anyway, thank you so much for the request and the redeem mark rides. Hopefully that was acceptable. I know I can do the trick better, but yeah, just trying to think. The fact that I'm used to saying, like, you know, the ace, the 2, the 3, the 4, the 5, and now it's like I'm replacing it with, like, the lovers, the fool, the hermit. So that's something I gotta work on. Being adaptable. Okay. Mike2600 says, aloha y'all. Mike2600, I think I saw you get my note, but I actually sent it to you while I was streaming, so I haven't had a chance to read your responses thoroughly. But welcome in, Mike2600. How's it going? So I'm thinking about wrapping up stream soon because I said I was going to go probably for a half an hour, and I think we've elapsed that time. So this is real last call this time. So if anybody would like to see any more magic, feel free to request. And then if not, I will still put in a trick for the finale. And let me grab this heat map. Delicious. Mike2600 says, just getting home from a magic gig. Oh, do the trick you sent me. I did it earlier on stream. I guess we could do it again. Okay, let me see here. SR cube. Oh, okay, we're gonna get. Damn it! Haha, no worries. Oh, okay, all right, cool. Mike2600. I can show it to you offline, or I can just send you my performance because I've done that on my YouTube channel. So yeah, I'll send it to you later. Okay, all right. So we've got a couple of tricks. Actually, while we are in this, oh, somebody headed out. Okay, I have to try to get some sleep. Another crazy long work day tomorrow. Much love to you all. All right, thank you, Candace, for stopping by. Have a great night. Sleep well. Take care of yourself, and we'll see you around. All right, I'm just gonna so I'm kind of currently in this trying to recover mentally from the tarot deck. So I'm going to do the cube solve first, and then I'll do the trick, and then we'll put a finale trick still. All right, so here we are. Oh, Sherigolf, you are going to be the first one that requests after, so you have an option. Do you want to see the regular cube that I would solve it with, or the baby cube? It's just a 3. It's the same. It's 3x3 cube, but it's just smaller. It is this much smaller. So let me know which one you would rather see: regular size or baby sized. I guess I could just start scrambling both. Oh, baby. Okay, that's easy. All right. Well, I mean, great. Okay, so I'm going to start scrambling this one. And then Charlie's Beats requested the vampire card trick. All right, Charlie, would you like that trick regular or to theme it Castlevania style? Let me know. It's so cute and small. Yeah, it is. It's as wide as I think 2 of the standard ones. Okay, it's just a little bit more, so it's just slightly more. But okay, all right. Hopefully you guys considered this. Ooh, Castlevania. All right, Charlie, we got it. All right. So all right. Hopefully you guys agree that that's pretty scrambled. I'm just gonna try and solve it. I'm probably not gonna explain things at the moment because I'm not used to solving on the tiny one, so I just don't want to mess up while I'm doing it. But I heard, Mark Rides, you recently did your first cube solve. Is that true, Mark Rides? I saw that in a chat, I believe. So that's a big milestone, doing your first solve. Props to you. Let's see. So I'm almost done with the top layer. Mark Wright says, yes, yes, that's right, awesome. So yeah, so I'm done with the top layer. So the top layer is complete when not all of them, not just all of these, but all of these also line up with the center square on all the other sides. I solved cubes by breaking them into pieces, says Shara Golf. Alchemy says, awesome. All right, so now I'm going to do the second layer, the middle layer. Yeah, like, if this is like one of the lowest like barrier to entry things, if you can get your hands on a cube, even if you don't own it, like if you borrow one, this is like such right now such like a fun party trick, but anybody can just learn how to do it because the algorithms and everything exist, and you can find all the resources online, and maybe one day people might not think this is impressive because whether it's so widely available that like everybody knows how to do it or whatnot, but I don't think we've reached that yet. So now I've just finished the second layer, so going around all of the ones matching there. So now we have the bottom layer, the final layer, and this is mostly a bunch of algorithms. This does not move as smoothly as the 3x3 that's normal sized, but it is not bad. I forgot where I got this. This should be the one that lines that up. Okay, so now all of these are lined up, but obviously all of the corners and everything don't match. Okay, these two are good, so I just have to swap these two corners. Okay, so now all of the corners are in the right places, and I just have to do a rotation of these three edge pieces here. And then we will have a solved cube. Solved mini cube! There it is! I've solved a Rubik's Cube in 20 minutes while following the instructions. Obi-Wan, that's awesome, yeah. So once you can do it once, even following instructions, like I just slowly started peeling off instructions over time, and then I just slowly got faster because it's like, okay, I don't have to refer to the instructions. I remember this part, and I wouldn't try and remember the whole thing. I just try and remember the one part either at the beginning or at the end, so that I didn't have to refer to the instructions anymore. And then after you do that and you get all the instructions, like you know how to do it. Welcome in, Jimmy Kaner. How's it going, Jimmy? Welcome in. All right, thank you for the request, Shara Golf. Hopefully you guys enjoyed seeing the baby cube get solved. That's the first time the baby cube got solved on stream, so there we are. Let's see. Thank you kindly for the claps. Kashmir, Obi-Wan, without instructions I can't solve. That's okay. Getting lucky. My apologies, I don't have that trick yet. Let's see, that'd be a 6-hour stream for me, and it would be smashed at the end. I mean, even with the instructions, your first time, like, following, just picking it up, like, I'm sure you could probably do it in, like, an hour. Because, like, the first 20 minutes would be just, like, trying to understand the cube, following it, and then the next 20 minutes, like, most of the hard stuff would be just, like, understanding spatially how the cube... no, maybe 2 hours. I don't know. Like, it's so hard for me to remember, like, the first time I tried to solve a Rubik's Cube. It was so long ago. Because before lockpicking, so I do magic now. Lockpicking was my hobby before that. Then solving the cube was my hobby before that. So it's been a while. Wait, you can do corners before pushing the top sides into place? Wow. Yeah, I actually discovered that from what I know, I claim that I do the beginner's method, but actually, apparently, what I remember, there's like one set. There's one set that of things that I do that even speedcubers called out. Oh, that's slightly more advanced than beginners. I'm like, oh, I mean, that's the way that I learned, and I thought it was like the one. I thought there was only one beginner, but there's actually a series of beginners methods. So I looked this up later, but there's like a bunch of different ways, and all you have to remember is like, okay, this is the algorithm to either do this thing, like switch corners or like rotate these pieces or whatever, and like you remember, and once you have those tools, that's all you need to solve it. Where you want to get faster is you remember all different kinds of algorithms for different situations, and you just find the shortest one for whatever situation you're in. But like, yeah, so like the entirety of like beginners, if you literally learn all of the beginners methods that are out there, you actually know a lot more than the regular beginners method. So I was like, wow, that's kind of interesting. So anyway, cubing has come a long way. But yes, so how I solved it. I didn't have any super optimizations there. I didn't get lucky, so I sorry Jamie, I did not get lucky. I had to do all of the algorithmic steps. I didn't like skip any sections because I remember having to do everything there. So sorry. All right. Okay, where was I? Let's see. Oh man, yeah, nice Lamau. Yeah. Okay. All right, so let's do the vampire card trick. And thank you for the request, Charlie. And we could do it the regular way or the Castlevania way. And Charlie has chosen the Castlevania way, so we'll do it Castlevania themed. If only it had artwork for like the king, and it was like it had a whip, that would make the most sense. Okay. Oh wait. Wait. Do I still have the devil out? Wait. Let me find the devil. I don't know. That wouldn't work because we have the. You know what? Whatever. I'm gonna find the devil. We're gonna do this because it will be fun, and that's the reason why we're doing it. Here it is, the devil. Okay. I mean, this king doesn't look like Simon Belmont anyway, so whatever. You can get lucky anytime. I mean, I don't think that's true. But okay, so look, we have the devil. And the devil, this particular devil, is going to be one of the bosses that our hero is going to be fighting in this Castlevania level that we're in. So look, for those of you who don't know, in Castlevania, you can collect hearts, and this is like your secondary energy for your special. Your main weapon, if you're from like classic Castlevania, you basically throw a whip out and you whip. You whip it, and then you nay-nay. No, sorry. Simon probably didn't know what nay-naying is. But anyway. Okay, so look, we have 1 heart over here, 2 hearts over here, and 3 hearts over here. And then we have the King of Spades, which will represent Simon Belmont. And for those of you who don't know, speed running, you end up using these resources very carefully, and you need to get them. So let's pretend that Simon picks up not the 3 heart on his route, and not this other part, 2 hearts, but he picks up the single heart. Not just the front, but the back. That card has completely disappeared. However, he goes on his way to fight the devil, and he ends up failing and not being able to defeat the boss. And so that's okay. You have multiple lives in a video game, and so you can try again. So here we have 2 hearts on this route, 3 hearts on this route, and of course here's Simon Belmont, and he's going to attempt to fight the devil boss again. And so here we go. He skips out on the route with 3 hearts, but he picks up the 2 hearts as well, and he goes to fight the devil. But once again, he gets defeated. Mark Wright says, "Yeah, I know. Pushing dodge and finishing corners in the face algorithm for the second layer. I struggle. I learned to turn away, open, turn towards, close. Then I have to flip the cube and resolve out of place. white corners because I can't remember the file. Yeah. Let me go back to the cubing thing after I finish this trick, and let me tell you something that helped me out. So once again, Simon Belmont knows he needs to get another heart. So he ends up getting the 3-heart route, and on this route, it happens to allow him to use his special one additional time. And so here, the hearts are gone. And actually, not just, yeah, both sides, the hearts are gone. So now the devil is really in trouble. So Simon goes to fight the boss. Now, what we do know is that when you win the game, man, how am I going to end this? This does not work size-wise. Now you're going to see a small discrepancy. Okay, so look, Simon is going to make the devil disappear during a boss fight. Ready? The devil has disappeared. So here's the important thing. What happens to Simon? Now, he does go on to the next level, but as it turns out, that next level, Speedrunner was not prepared. And also, unfortunately, Simon didn't make it, and so he also disappears. And you'll have to start over. There we go. And that, my friends, yeah, Simon is not doing well on his routes. My sympathies. But honestly, this is like the true speedrun story, right? You die, you die, you die, you try again. You die, you die, you die, you try again. Just to get faster. So there you go. That, my friends, is a slightly tweaked vampire card trick. But I actually liked how it turned out, I think. Yeah, worked pretty well. So awesome. I just want to ask in chat: when the devil got defeated, did that look good? That looked good, right? That was fine. Like, Simon is doing very well. Yes, thank you for the Pog emotes and the claps, Cashmere Feline. Thank you for the claps, Cashmere, Charlie's Beats. It looked really neat when the devil disappeared. Yeah, awesome. Okay, that was what I was going for. And then, okay, excellent, cool. So that was that. That was the first time I've kind of mixed tarot cards and regular cards too. So that's a milestone in and of itself. But you might want to cover the hand taking the hidden devil card away. Ah, yes. I wasn't prepared to do that, so I was like, all right, let me just figure out what to do. Okay, that's fine. This should have started a new sentence and said, for the second layer, I struggle. Ah, okay, gotcha. All right, so let me clear this. I'm going to close the queue. I think I know what I want for the finale. We're going to make it Imagine today. And then, before I forget, let me go back to the cube, the second layer. Yeah, so there's this algorithm on the second layer. Actually, there's this algorithm on the second layer that hold on, let me see if we can just restore this really quick. You know, I may just, hold on, we're gonna do this really quick. Hopefully you guys don't mind. Bonus cube solving. Not really cube solving, but I've already just kind of extra messed this up. Wait. Okay, there, this, okay. Here, that, do this, okay. Then, what did I do? Oh, I mixed these two corners up. No, I mixed these two corners up. What the hell? Okay. Oh, I'm just bad right now. Okay, blah, blah, blah. Okay, hold. I just need to get this to a weird state so I can just demonstrate for more guys. A thing. Okay, red. Okay, so this needs to go over here. Man, messing up like an already solved cube is just harder for me apparently than just doing it the other way. Okay. All right. Boom. Boom. And then. Okay. Boom. All right. Okay. So do the dodge and put in the corners in place. Okay. Okay. There we go. Okay. So here we have the top layer done. Now the second layer. So there's this algorithm where you can do and everything basically gets put back in the top layer. So like for example, this one is orange and this one is green. So now I'm gonna find the. Oh no, actually, let's do the. Let's do the blue-red one because that's the one that I have available right here. So the blue-red one. So if I have that here, I hold the cube like this and I do away, up, back, down, and then I push this over, and then I line it up like this. So that's how I get that piece in, and then it doesn't disturb the top. So I end up doing that usually once because I found that there's an easier way to get one of these other edge pieces into place. So for example, so here, right, is orange and green. And if I was able to, displace this by pushing this piece in like this, I push this down, I slide this in, this would be in the correct place, but now we've disrupted this one, right? So I basically kind of cheat. So I do that, but I just have to make sure that it's not the last one, and I can rotate one of these other edge pieces away. So here's what I do. I actually go ahead and I do that. This is now correct in its place. I rotate this entire section over and then rotate just this top part down to bring that white square back, and then I push it back up. So now I've shoved that back into place, and I didn't disturb the top, but I displaced one of the other edge pieces. But hopefully it was one that was already wrong, and so that's like my shortcut for the three. And then once I get to the last one, then I have to do the full algorithm. But it saves you a bunch of moves. So anyway, yeah. I don't know if that helped or if you could visualize that or whatever, but anyway, that's that's my 2 cents. I don't know if it helps or if that was interesting, but let me know. If you need another video of that, Mark Rides, let me know. I'll just record it. I'll put it on my YouTube. You can watch it with more scrutiny if you would like. All right, cool. Sweet. That made it more advanced. Oh, okay. My apologies. All right. Very well then. But yeah, that's something I was like fiddling with the cube and looking at it myself, and I'm like, oh, I could do that. That's I only understood magician does cube magic. But thanks. All right, I tried. All right, guys, it's that time of stream where I'm gonna thank everybody. So, thank you so much for everybody who has come to hang out. If it wasn't for you guys, this wouldn't be that much fun. So, thank you if you interacted with the stream, if you chatted in chat, if you requested a trick, if you redeemed a redeem, if you clicked on the heat map, any of those things. Thank you so much. Greatly appreciate it. I love you guys. And also, thank you so much to all the lurkers out there. I keep on hearing occasionally, it's like, oh yeah, I lurk a lot. Thank you so much for lurking. I do thank you guys at the end of each stream, because if it wasn't for you guys, I would just be here fiddling with cards by myself. But if I'm doing that, there's no magic happening. I know how all the tricks are done. Or me and the deck sock. But yeah, so the magic happens in your mind. Also, let's thank our wonderful mod. Let's give some mod love to Gibson Lens. If you are not following our mod, Gibson Lens, please give Gibson Lens a follow. Gibson Lens plays piano, wonderful composer, love his originals. He plays most of his playlists very soothing music. I think I'm a mod over there too. I'm considering making a list of hype songs, which I think there's like 3 or 4, and then everything else is like chill. So, but anyway, yeah. Let's see what else. If you wanted to see more magic and I'm not around on stream, check out my YouTube. I have most of my VODs that fall off retention here on Twitch. Go over to my YouTube, and then I also do new magic tricks once a week, usually over there. So check it out. Other than that, I normally try and stream Sunday nights, so Sleight of Hand Sundays. So try if you're interested. My schedule for the holidays probably going to be maybe a little bit iffy, but I'm going to try and still do Christmas Eve to Christmas Day. So like that Sunday night into Monday early morning. My intention is probably there. I'm probably going to end up canceling my New Year's because because New Year's Eve is on a Sunday, so I'm probably going to end up not doing that stream. But I also imagine a lot of you will end up having plans of your own, and I mean, if not, uh, if you end up needing something to do, I may post a Zoom link in my Twitch somewhere. So check it out for that, because more than likely I'm going to end up having a virtual New Year's Eve party. That's probably what I've done the last 3 years. So if I remember, I will post it, and then there you go. Okay, New Year's Eve party. Yeah. So yeah, I'll be in the Bay for New Year's Eve. Yeah, I think a lot of people will probably be doing stuff. And honestly, New Year's Eve is like one of my favorite holidays. So, and not that I don't think streaming it wouldn't be fun, but I always end up wanting to do a ton of things. So, but anyway, importantly, everybody take time to enjoy your families, be with them, and if you hate your family, be with yourself and just do stuff for you. Take care of yourselves. And all right, so this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna do this finale trick, and assuming I do it fine, then it will be the finale. If I mess it up, I hate messing up. I hate ending stream on a mess up trick, so I'll do another trick. So if you want more magic tonight, hope that I mess this up. But please don't hope that I mess this up. Okay, I don't know why I got. Anyway, okay. So here we go. All right. First things first. I just want you to imagine that these cards are all jokers. Actually, all of them except for one, because we have Joker, a Queen of Clubs, and a Joker. I just want you to imagine that. This is not a real thing. These are not real cards, right? These are just fake cards. So, I just want you to imagine that the Queen of Clubs is red backed and all the Jokers are blue backed. I just want you to imagine that. Okay. So this is what I'm going to do. I just want you to imagine that I'm going to go ahead and take that Queen of Clubs and place it underneath the table. I just want you to imagine that I'm throwing it through the bottom of the table and into the packet in my hand. Now, you may have thought that it disappeared, but if you imagine correctly, you will be able to imagine seeing that Queen of Clubs has reappeared in this packet. I know, super weird, right? Now I just want you to imagine that again. I want you to imagine that I'm placing it underneath the table, throwing it through the table and into the packet in my hand. And you'll see that, well, you can imagine that it has appeared in my hand once again. I know, this is getting super frustrating, right? But I just want you to imagine it one more time. Here we go. Through the table, into my hand. And there it has appeared. So, important question. Is the Queen of Clubs here? Because, remember, I just told you to imagine that was just the Queen of Clubs. So this really isn't the Queen of Clubs. I know, that's hard to believe, but here, let me just show you. Ready? And this is just for effect. I didn't have to snap. That was fine. My imagine has failed. Oh, okay. All right. And now here's the thing. A lot of people believe that these are going to be jokers too, because But remember, I told you to imagine that they were jokers as well. And so if I show you, the jokers were also part of your imagination. And that, my friends, is imagine. And I would say that's a successful finale for tonight. All right. Once again, disclaimer, and I usually make this disclaimer before the finale, but none of the tricks you see here, I don't do black magic or sorcery. I've not signed any deals with the devil, despite how many tricks the devil appears in my performance. But yeah, it's all sleight of hand card magic. So, thank you kindly for the claps. Cashmere Feline, Gibson Lens. Sharagolf says, but where they go? They were in your imagination. Oh, here, we'll give everybody one of these.
He just blew my mind.
Whether it was applicable or not. There you go. Okay, alright. And that, my friends, we'll call a stream. Thank you so much for being here. So, those of you who missed the beginning of stream, I was kind of explaining a little bit about my day. It was a little bit challenging today. I don't want to make my stream a place where I vent about life. Sometimes things are challenging. And, yeah. So, but performing and like having stream and just hang out with you guys has made me feel better today. So, thank you so much. All right. So, who shall we raid today? This is a great question that I do not know the answer to. Oh, hold on, wait. When was the last time I raided? Let me consult my spreadsheet. Okay, that was not too long ago. Alright, who else is up? Okay, let me just open a couple of people's streams. Okay, we just rated them. Alright, we may have to wait a second for ads or whatnot. But, once again, everybody, reminder, if you haven't hydrated in a while, please hydrate. Also, remember to stretch. And one thing that my dad told me when I was young, and I didn't realize the importance of it until I was older, was every day you should stretch your neck. And I'm like, why? My neck doesn't hurt. Well, I didn't realize he was trying to set me up for, oh, you're going to get old, and it will hurt if you don't stretch. So, yeah. And now I mean, some people would say I'm not old yet, but you know, I'm old enough to the point where you start feeling some of those things. So stretch your neck. Okay. All right. Okay. Boom. 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 Okay. All right. I think tonight, let's raid our friend Green Guy Music, because all of the people that I'm interested in raiding, we've raided kind of in the past like month or so, but Green Guy Music is the furthest one out, so we've raided everybody else more recently. So, all right. So if you guys have not heard of Green Guy Music, plays piano. He's actually currently doing a live learn right now. So, let's go ahead and drop some raid calls, raid, sub raid. If you would like to copy a raid call and follow us out on the raid, there are some raid calls. We're going to be raiding. Oh no, I copied the whole URL and not just the name. Okay. We'll be raiding there and here. Okay. So let me see. Thank you for the magic, says Cheryl. You're welcome. Thank you for being here. Thank you, everybody else, for stopping by. I love you all. Take care of yourselves, and we'll see you around. The raid. Oh wait, hold on, crap! I have to copy my own raid call. Oh, thank you for the claps, Obi-Wan. Have a good night. Good seeing you, Kashmir. Gibson Lens, Mark Rides, Mutation. Trying to remember who else was here. Thank you so much. All right, the raid is now ready, and we will be raiding out to Green Guy Music. All right, see you, everybody. Bye.